Part 2. Alright. Dos. Va. Okay, it's time to break down CAGED into triads. Yes, that's what this lesson is going to be about. Now, the last lesson we looked at CAGED and what CAGED actually is, alright? And it's basically, the fundamental of it is that, you have your basic open chords, the C, the A, the G, the E, and the D, and you move them up the fretboard to become other chords. E becomes F, F sharp, G, and so on. That's the basics of it. Now, that isn't it, okay? That isn't where it stops. In fact, that's just where it begins. The true magic and the true juice of CAGED lies within the triads. Now, what are triads? First of all, triads are basically the three notes that make up the basic major or minor chords, alright? And the notes are everywhere along the fretboard. And if we use CAGED, we can see those notes pretty clearly if we do a few exercises and practice them. And people always tell you, learn your triads. Triads are where it's at. You need to learn your triads. You might be thinking, why? You learn your triads and then you don't really know what to do with them. And that's what I'm going to show you in this lesson. This is what I learned, and this is how I thought about CAGED, and this is how it all made sense to me, and I hope it makes sense to you. So what we're going to do is we're going to do some exercises. You're going to pick up your guitar, and you're going to follow these exercises with me. And make sure you follow through to the end, and I promise you, this will change the way you look at your guitar. If you don't know this already, it really blows your mind. Okay, so we're going to learn some exercises, and then I'm going to give you some practical advice and show you how you can use these new shapes and the triads that you're going to learn, alright, in a practical way. Alright, so for lead purposes, for rhythm purposes, and yeah, again, this just shows you a completely new way of playing the guitar. So, what we're going to do is we're going to break down CAGED into the big shapes, okay? So we're going to do this in the key of D to make it simple as possible, anyway. So let's start with the basic triad, the one that we all know, the D shape, right? And that's us got three notes that are in D. Now, the D shape is connected to the C shape, okay? So from D, we go right into the C shape. And again, that's the D chord again, okay? Just with the C shape. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to play these notes in three note inversions. Okay, so the first three notes, and I want us to play them individually, right? Not in the shape. Alright, so make sure you're doing this along with me, right? We've got D, that's the first inversion. The next inversion. Alright, so we're just going up into the C shape. So D, so we get 2, 3, 2, and then from the B string, we've got 3, 2, 4, okay? Okay, and then the next inversion, we have 2, 4, 5, okay? And again, this is making up this shape, alright? We're just breaking it down into three notes at a time. So far, we've got 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 4, 2, 4, 5. And to finish it off, we're going to go 4, 5, 5. Okay? And other than the open D note, that is all the notes in D this side of the fretboard, okay? And now if we arpeggiate that, if we play all the notes together, after you've done that, it'll sound like this. Okay? And you can practice that, going up and back the way. D. Okay? Before we move on any further, guys, if you could do me a huge favour, I'm nearly at my 1,000 subscribers. Every single person that clicks that button gives me a little fuzzy feeling in my stomach, and I do a little happy dance. Seriously, I do a little happy dance every time somebody subscribes. So if you want to be the recipient of a happy dance, please make sure you click that button, like the video, because then other people get to see it, and they subscribe, and I do more happy dances, and it's just a great laugh. All right, so yeah, like the video, comment as well. Let me know if this is actually helping you. It's good to know that stuff as well, and that I'm not just you know, spitting words into the wind. All right, take it easy, and back to the lesson. So that's us using the D and C shape. We can visualize every note in D this side of the fretboard. Okay, so we've got the D shape, the C shape, and now we're going to move on to the A shape for the D chord, which is here. Okay, so we're barring the 5th fret, and we've got the A shape, and that's us got the next D shape. Now again, if we break this down into the triad inversions, we've got 5, 7, 7, right? And then we've got the A shape, 7, 7, 7. And then we move on from that, we've got 7, 7, 9, okay? And then we've got 7, 9, 10. Okay? Okay, and again, that's us got every note in D up to the 10th fret. So again, we've got then backwards. Now the top part of that, these two notes here are actually part of the G shaped triad. All right. Now, a cool little trick that I do with that, if I'm arpeggiating it, is I'll play the top two notes into the A shape, and then I'll slide from 9 to 11 in this case, and get the bottom two notes of G here, the G shape on 10, right? So, sorry. So, all right. Anyways, so far we've got the D shape, right? Leading into the C shape. Okay. Then we've got the A shape leading into the G shape. Now the last shape we have is the E shape bar chord, alright, for D, which would be on the 10th fret. Now if we break that down, we've got 10, 10, 11. Okay, then 10, 11, 12. And then 11, 12, 12. And then 12, 12, 14. So let's recap. So far we've got the D shape leading into the C shape. Okay, then we've got the A shape leading into the G shape. And then we've got the E shape bar chord, which starts down here. And then we have, we'll right back at the beginning again, alright? So we've got the D shape and the C shape now. Up this end, up the dusty end now. So that's all the notes in D across the fretboard. Now of course, like CAGED, you can move it up for any chord. That would be D. We could do G here. We could do C. Alright, and all of a sudden we can use those shapes to pick out the notes in any chord all over the fretboard. And that is the magic of CAGED. And of course the same goes for minor chords. Instead of a D, you would play a D minor. Okay? So instead of the E shape, you would just pick the minor shape out. Okay? And the same with, and rather than the A shape, it'd be the A minor shape. So it'd be, and so on. So I was thinking about different ways to show you the practicality of this. And I thought the best way to do it is to use one of the best examples there is, and that's John Frusciante. He uses triads in this sort of playing through most of his music. So an example of this is Snow, which is notoriously hard to play on the guitar. I'm not going to play it at full speed. Alright, now you might have noticed some of those inversions already just by using this. So what is he actually doing here? Well, the first thing, look at this chord. Get into this chord. Alright, so this is just a 3-note inversion, a triad, taken from the G sharp minor shape. Okay? He's just taking these 3 notes from it. Now look how easily you can go from a G sharp minor into an E using the triads. Such a small movement, and that's the beauty and simplicity of triads, alright? And again, this E shape is just taken from the C shape, alright? So that's just an inversion taken from that shape. So far we've got G sharp minor into an E, taken from the C shape, and then we move up to this. Okay, now this is taken from, alright, the B. This is just the top of the B. This is taken from the G shape in the A shape, alright? Okay. And so far, we've got G sharp minor, E, using the C shape, moving it up. Again, look how easy the movements are. To using the top of G and the first note in the A shape. Alright, for B. And then the next shape. Again, it's taken from the C shape, and this is the F sharp. So again, a little recap. So we've got the C sharp minor. Okay, taken from that bar chord here. E minor bar chord. And then we move into an E shape using the C shape. And then we move up to a B. Okay. Using that G shape and part of the A shape. And then again we slide up to an F sharp using the C shape. Okay, and that's just a little example. Normally, so we had a G sharp minor to an E to a B to an F sharp, okay? So now I know what the chords are, and I have that knowledge, so I would be able just to make an easy version that I could strum along to using that. But taking those chords and doing something like that. That is the beauty of triads in CAGED, and just a little bit of what you can do with that knowledge. Of course, there's lots more. If you know the scales and the notes available around about these shapes. So I hope you found that useful. If you did, please let me know in the comments. Give me some feedback. Let me know what you thought. Does CAGED make any more sense to you now? Do triads make any more sense? Are these things that you will use now in your guitar playing? Let me know. I'm very interested to find out. Alright guys, take it easy, and I'll see you soon with a new lesson.